Back with the lawn engineer. I've got a problem to fix here. So this area right here is one of the areas every summer I deal with a fungus problem, lawn disease. In one of my previous videos, I spread a fungicide on here because I knew 90-degree temperatures, daytime highs and lows in the mid-70s were coming with high humidity. And to make it even better, so I prevented most of that with the fungicide. I did have some of it, but after that we had about a week and a half of those same 90 degrees highs, but very little rain. The humidity came down a little bit, but then we were in a drought condition. So we had that stress on top of the fungus stress. So I've got some of these areas, they came through pretty good, but you can see there's definitely some stress on the lawn here. It's looking better because the temperatures have come down, where yesterday was high in the low 80s, I think, with the humidity down. So things are looking better. This is another spot here. I think it's a lot of, this gets one of the most spots of sun, but also before it got dry, there was definitely some fungus pressure, and then it got dry and things are starting to look that brownish whitish color in here. So I think what I'm gonna do, I want to experiment a little bit here and see how fast I can get these back to looking like the rest of the lawn. So I'm gonna put a fast acting fertilizer on there, the 10-10-10. I've been using this year, but it's not coated, so it goes in really quick. And I'm gonna water it in with inch of watering just in these little areas, and see if I can kick them in the butt with some nitrogen and get them back to full strength. So let's make that happen. So I've got my general purpose 10-10-10 quick release fertilizer. I know from experience here, setting of level 4 will lay this down at about 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet, which this is 10% nitrogen, so that'll give me half a pound per 1,000 square feet, which is right where I want to be. So let's get this stuff thrown down. All right, I've got that fertilizer spread out. Now I'm gonna get the sprinkler and set it up here. It's still fairly early morning, so I'm gonna get this on right away. Probably target 1/2 inch for today, and then maybe in a few days I'll do another 1/2 inch. I did some experimenting with this oscillating sprinkler, and I know with this hose combination on that particular spigot, it takes 1 hour and 20 minutes to put down 1 inch of water. So I want 1/2 inch, so I'm gonna split that in half. So that's 40 minutes of water. So what I'm gonna do on my watch here is set a timer. So in 40 minutes, I'll move that over one here and make sure I get 40 minutes in each spot. Means I put down 1/2 inch of water. And we'll check on this in a couple days and see if I can get these areas that were stressed out by fungus and then a drought after, if we can get those back to full strength. Just got done with a mow in the backyard here. Check on the progress of our disease spots here. So it's been 4 days since I put the fertilizer down, and I watered twice, giving 1/2 inch each time, and then it rained 1.5 inches last night. So it's a little short-lived to get some big action on that, but overall there's more green poking up. Unfortunately, my experience with these spots that have browned out completely is they need complete new growth from the roots to fill that in. It's not gonna, obviously, the foliage already that's brown is not gonna turn green again, so we need growth from below to fill that in here. We'll go over to the other spot, see how that's looking. All right, here's the other spot. It's not looking too bad. It's coming back, not as fast as I'd like, but with that rain and everything, it is looking better. I think long term, what I need to do is get at the root cause of this disease, and I think that's going to require doing a sand cap across my lawn so that you know, that water can drain below and it's not staying wet there at the surface. I've got pretty heavy soil. I brought in a kind of a loamy topsoil when I planted this, but below that couple inches is pretty much solid clay. So obviously that doesn't drain well. So I'm wondering, you know, it'd be nice to level my lawn with that sand also, but I think that would help getting some of that water away from the plant and helping with that. On the other end, you know, of course, this was like the perfect storm in a bad way for hot, humid, lawn's disease, and then no rain for 2 weeks and 90 degrees in there, and that's not a good combination. So it stressed it. So for all of that, it's looking pretty good. It's been much worse in years past if I did not use a fungicide and did not get after it with the nitrogen and water right away. So I'm in a pretty good spot. I think 3 or 4 weeks this will look pretty amazing if the weather cooperates, which obviously we can never count on, but hopefully that gives you a little idea of what you can expect from your spots. It just takes time. Hopefully in the future I can just prevent this from happening altogether. But hope you enjoyed watching. Adios.